Okay, so we have a squared plus 4 plus 4a. We're supposed to factor it. What do you think we need to do first on that one? Got to reorder it, huh? Yeah. So let me mention right now, because we're about to change gears the next few minutes. When you have three terms, trinomial, three terms, you reorder highest power to lowest. But when you have two terms, you leave minus in the middle. Don't reorder. Now, we haven't done any two-termers yet. I'm just kind of preempting it before we get there in a few minutes. So the difference. So for three-termers, we reorder them. Two-termers, we don't, basically. We just leave them, even when the higher power's at the back. Bless you. So we'll get there in a little bit. But for now, I just want to kind of put that in your mind. Three-termers, we do reorder, highest power to lowest. Two-termers, we do not. We leave them as they are because we want the minus in the middle. All right, anyway, so I'm going to reorder, switch these guys. Switch the order on these two. So I get a squared plus 4a plus 4. Right? All right, let's factor that thing. This is a super easy one for you guys now after all them really hard ones. So this will be an easier section. A times a to make a squared, right? Front times front makes front. Last times last to make 4. What times what is 4? 2 and 2. And how do you make, you can do the 2 inner, the 2 outer, that's 2a, 2a. Do they make the middle the plus 4a? Yes, they do. Both plus. Both plus. There we go. A plus 2, A plus 2. Now, what do you do when you have the exact, so that's the answer, but it's the exact same thing twice? Yeah, you put second power, huh? Let me move this out of the way and I'll put the answer right here. Yeah, you just write A plus 2 second power. That's what they want you to do. So, because these are identical twins. These are exactly the same. So you just make it second power. That's what's going to happen in the first 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe of these. Squares. That's the name of the section. They're going to be the same exact thing twice, so it'll be squared. So look for it. And if you look for it, you can really save some time. It's going to be the same thing twice. So really there's nothing new to do in the beginning of this section. There's some new stuff at the end. But there's nothing new. These first few are just exactly they're just easy versions of what we were doing in the last section, is all they are. In the end, they'll just not be being the same thing twice, so it's squared. And after a couple little steps. Okay, so minus 14b squared plus b cubed plus 49b. Okay. What's the first step? Yeah, so go ahead, reorder, right? Reorder, highest power to lowest. So reorder. So reorder, and then take out what's in common, right? Don't forget that. GCF, before you do anything else, GCF.
There's 27 of these?
There's a lot of these. The last 18 are review. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, you have to it's like making me think I won the lottery first.
Nope, you didn't. All right, so take out what's in common, right? Always look for the GCF. And what's in common? Just the B, right? So GCF, the B, leaves B squared minus 14B plus 49. Good so far. Now it's the FOIL thing, huh? Can you just look at that one and tell what it is? It's going to be, remember, these are going to be the same thing twice, right? So what times what's 49? 7. And what signs do you need to make the middle minus 14? Both minus 7. Remember, they're always going to be identical twins, same thing twice. And since they're the same thing twice, we always write squared. There we go. Is that good? It's easier than the last section, huh? Is that okay? Right, now it is. Is that good? Move on from that. Okay. So 75, I don't know if you can see that. I didn't enlarge it. 75v squared minus 180v plus 108. Try that one. So try that one. What's the first step in every factoring problem? Every factoring problem. First step? Well, I guess other than reordering it. But yeah, GCF. So take a look. Use your calculator. Use the little trick I showed you. Or your calculator. Either way. Try stuff. Try dividing. There's something that divides into all three of those. And you need to take it out as a GCF. You have to do GCF first. So what is it? What goes into all three of those? 3. Yeah, you should calculate if you're not sure of the trick, right? 108, just add the digits. 1 and 0 and 8 is 9. 3 goes into 9, 3 goes into 108, right? Same thing with 180. 1 and 8 and 0, that's 9. 3 goes into 9, 3 goes into 180. And 75, we already know that's 3/4. So 3 goes into all those. So take out the 3. That'll leave 25v squared minus 6. Use your calculator. Just divide by 3. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. What's that last one? 33. 36? Yeah. 90. Yeah. So there we go, right? I took out 3 from all of them. Okay. Now do the FOIL thing. So you got to do that GCF first. Now do the FOIL thing. FOIL. 5v. 5v. Right, front times front. And last times last to be 36. 6 and 6. They're going to be identical twins. There's a minus in the middle, so they're both got to be minus. So. You can double check it. The 2 inners minus 30v. The 2 outers minus 30v. See, that'll make the middle minus 60v. It's all good. It's all good. Let me move this over. So that is what? That's 3, 5v minus 6, quantity squared. Are we good? These easy? Questions I can answer? All right, I'm going to keep moving.
You just screenshot it?
Yeah, I just screenshot it and then paste it into this Doceri program. That's all I'm doing. So it's about the extent of my technical expertise. 36c squared minus 84cd plus 49d squared. First step. Oh, does that need reordering? No. Remember, when there's 2 letters, you just go highest to lowest on 1 letter. You can't do both, right? How could you do 2 letters? All right, so just pick C. That's good right now. That's highest to lowest concerning C. So the highest C power, the regular C, no C at all. That's highest to lowest as it regards C. So that's good. No reorder. Take out what's in common. There's nothing in common.
It's 3.
No. 49?
Oh.
Right? What goes into 49? 7 times 7. Nothing but 7. 7 doesn't go into those other numbers. Done. There's nothing in common.
I'm so sorry. It's like, numbers must, it makes sense.
So just go straight to the two parentheses. No GCF. Go right to the FOIL. Two parentheses. Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, oh yeah, C squared is on the left, so that means there'll be C in the left of each parenthesis. D squared on the right, that means there'll be D's on the right of each parenthesis. And what multiplies to be 36? 6 and 6. What multiplies to be 49? 7 and 7. Just put 2 minuses and you're done. You can check it if you want. It's right. You know they're going to be twins. So this will be 6 times 7 is minus 42 CD. Again, 6 times 7 minus 42. That does make the middle, minus 84. It's all good. This is the same thing twice. So 6C minus 7D squared. There we go. Not bad, right? Getting easy? All right, I'm going to move. Number 9. Yeah, so S squared minus 49. Notice we've changed gears. There's only 2 terms now. There's now 3. 2 term. Not 3. So 2 terms. So it's not a trinomial, it's a binomial. So you know what it's like? It's like a FOIL with the middle missing. It's like, I call it an FL. It's technically called a difference of squares. Difference of squares. So it's technically called a difference of squares. It's an FL. Front times front, last times last. Is how we're going to do this thing. So it's like the OI is missing because it's 0. That's what really it is exactly. See, because normally, what do I mean it's like that? Well, wouldn't you normally have like S squared and then something in the middle, like 3S or something, and then minus 49? You'd normally have something in the middle. Well, that middle part is just 0 for us. This is just not there. Because normally you have an S squared term, a regular S, and then a number. Well, we just have the S squared and the number. So we're missing the middle, and that's where the OI is, right? Because it's FOI. So that is good news. These are going to be the easiest ones. It's going to be your favorite factoring ones. Because the middle is missing, the OI, which is the hard part, is missing. So what am I saying? A long story short. Make your 2 parentheses. Just do your front, last, and you're done. You don't need to worry about the middle. So front times front to make S squared. What times what makes S squared? Well, S and S. And last times last to make 49. 7, 7. Now, how can you make negative 49?
Plus and minus.
You need 1 positive and 1 negative. And notice that also makes what number in the middle? Because the middle comes from adding. Plus 7 minus 7? 0. That's why the middle's missing and it's 0. And we're done. Can I make that squared?
No.
No, because those are different. Those are not identical twins. They have a difference. So you just leave it like that. Is that good? These will be super easy, therefore. When you see 2 terms, just go FL, front, last, to make negative 49, 1 plus, 1 minus. And we're done. The OI is missing. All right. Okay, so R squared D squared minus 49. Okay, so it's an FL. The OI is missing. It's only 2 terms. See, it's 2 terms, not 3. Oh, by the way, it just occurred to me, you might be thinking, wait a minute, so why don't we say that's 3? And there's like an R squared, a D squared, a 49. Well, we mean, when we say 3 terms, 2 terms, whatever, we mean things separated by pluses and minuses. These have times in the middle. They're together, really. So we mean separated by pluses and minuses. There's only two terms separated. That's how you want to look at it in all of algebra. You want to see is the pluses and the minuses as the separators. That's the role they play. So this and this, that's how you want to visualize it. Those are the two terms. So it's an FL. It's only two terms. It's not three. So we put the two parentheses. We go front times front to be front. What times what is r squared d squared? RD. RD. And last times last to be 4. What times what's 49? 7. 7. How do you make negative 49? 1 plus, 1 minus. We're done. Don't even need to check the middle. None of the oi. It's nice. Super quick. Because the middle's 0. The middle's gone. All right. Is that okay? Was there any? I kind of flashed it off quick. Is that okay? Any questions on that? Okay. Let's think for a minute. How would you factor x squared minus y squared? Can you do that one real quick? Go do that one real quick. Two parentheses. It's an FL. I want to show you something before we're ready for the next problem. It's an FL with a minus in the middle. So we do the two parentheses. Front times front to be x squared. That's x and x. Last times last to be y squared. It's y, y. Good. Front, front, last, last. How do you get negative y squared? Well, yeah, 1 plus, 1 minus. Done. That's correct. That's right. If you FOILed that out, let's do that. Let's check it just for fun. It'll be fun. I want you to see, because actually I have another point of something that doesn't work. And I want you to see why this works and then why that won't. So if you checked it, it should go back to that, right? It does. X squared minus xy, right? X times negative y. Now this guy, boom, boom, plus xy minus y squared. Everybody follow all that? And see what happens in the middle? Drop out x squared minus y squared. Check. Yeah, goes back to the original. It's right. Now, that you know, no big surprises there. Here's what you may not know, I'm not sure. What if they put a plus in the middle? What if they put a plus in the middle instead of a minus? So this left side is the minus. What if they put a plus in the middle? You might think, I don't know exactly what you think. It is an FL, but it's an FL with plus. And that wrecks it. It's actually not factorable. You stop and you do nothing. Now you might, if I was you, and I don't know if you've never seen this before, but if I'd never seen this before, I would think, well, why isn't it just x plus y? That's right, isn't it? Plus times plus. Almost, that's close, but it doesn't quite work because it gives you a middle term. Let me prove it with a check. Let's check it down here. If you checked it, you'll see it's actually not right. Go boom, boom, you get x squared plus xy, and boom, boom, plus xy plus y squared. See how the middle doesn't cancel, but 1xy and 1xy actually make 2xy in the middle? And not right. That's not right. Negative won't work either, because, good question, let's go back and do that. If we did negative, then both of these would be negative, right? And you would get negative 2xy. You want no middle term, right? Look up here. We just want the front term and the last term. We want nothing in the middle. The only way you're going to get nothing in the middle is if you have 1 minus and 1 plus canceling out. And if you have 1 plus and 1 minus, then positive times negative on the last has got to be negative, not positive. It's impossible. You see? This side, is impossible. It's not factorable. I erased it. Not factorable. So x squared, so if you ever get FL plus, you need to know it's not factorable. So that's the moral of the story. I hope I got across the main point without too much detail. FL plus, not factorable. FL minus, yeah, sure, do it. Big difference, all the difference in the world. FL plus, can't do it at all. FL minus, yeah, you can do it. Makes a gigantic difference whether there's plus or minus in the middle of FL. We're about to, in the next few minutes, go to triple triples. These are double doubles. I like In-N-Out Burger, so I name them like In-N-Out Burger. So another name you could call these are double doubles, because this is XX and this is YY. It's a double double. It's something twice, right? In a minute, we're going to go to triple triples, and both plus and minus will work for those. Just want to let you know right now. So for the double doubles, only the minus works. Plus is not factorable. But in a minute when we go to the triple triples, both plus and minus, the formulas work. So that's different. I'll write all that out in a minute, but just want to put that thought in your mind so you're not surprised when we see that in 10 minutes or so. Maybe sooner. All right. Okay, so there it is. So 3a, what is that? F? An F? Yeah, F to the fourth minus 3a h to the fourth. Okay. Yeah, it's a little harder one. All right, give it a try. First step on every factoring problem. Hope you did the first step. What's first step? GCF. What's in common? So don't jump into the FL or FOIL or any of that fancy stuff. First, GCF, right? What's in common? What do they both have? 3 and A. Good for the first step? Always first GCF. If it's there. It's often not there. We can get out of habit. First GCF. Okay, now you're looking at, now let me help you. We're moving towards putting it all together. Really the last half an hour, we're going to do the section 4.7, which is nothing new. It's just mixing them all together. So let me help you with the mix all together. How do you know whether to do FL or FOIL or whatever? Well, you've only got 2 terms here. So it's FL. If you had 3, you do FOIL. Right? So it's only 2 terms. So right away we're thinking FL. So how can I leave the 3A in the front? How can I do that FL? Well, front times front to be F to the fourth. F2, because powers add, right? F2, F2. Good job. And last times last to be H to the fourth, so H2, H2. And what sign? It's an FL minus. That's the kind that's doable, right? FL minus. So how do you get minus H to the fourth? 1 positive, 1 negative, because positive times negative is negative. We know that. Powers add, H to the fourth. Good, but not done. Good so far, but still not done. Why not? How do you know it's not done? Higher powers. When you've got higher powers like the 2 here and the 2 there and the 2 here and the 2 there, when you see those powers, you need to give them a second look. They won't always go further, but they usually will. So you look. Now, what I'm saying is, if this was just regular F and H, I wouldn't even think about it. I would just go done. Next problem. Don't even worry about it. But if they're 2 powers or 3 powers or things like that, you need to pause and go, will that go further? So how about this one? And then we'll get to the other one. Will this one go further? The 3A is just sitting out there waiting. Well, but will this go further? No, because it's an FL plus. That's why I just did that big discussion with you. So you'd be clear now. That's an FL plus. Now, that means it won't go further. But this one is an FL minus. So he's like, yeah, I'm ready to go one more step. Because I got higher powers, and I'm an FL minus. Take me another step. So this one will break into 2 smaller ones, F minus H, F plus H, regular, first powers. Well, what about the one in the middle? He'll still be part of the answer. He just won't simplify anymore. So he'll stay F squared plus H squared, and of course the 3A is going to remain there. Now we're done. Everybody see that? See what happened? Right? The FL minus breaks into the minus and the plus. Because negative times positive is negative. The FL plus, this is FL plus, he just comes down unchanged. He can't break down further. And of course the 3A stays in the front. Now how do you know you're done? Well, let's do the look over. The 3A is just sitting there. He's the GCF. He's done. F squared plus H squared. That's an FL plus. We've already said that can't go further. These are both just. You think, what about that minus? But it's just regular. It's just first power. So they're not going to go further. So we're totally done. Everybody see that? How you know when you're done? First powers are always done, and second powers with a plus won't go any further. Carl.
Okay, so the first 2, the F2 and
F squared, A squared, this one?
Yeah, that can be on the back side.
Oh, yeah. You could always shuffle around any of these parentheses. Totally good question, yes. Yeah, any order on that stuff. Yeah. It's gonna break down 3 times instead of just 2. So 4 s to the 8th minus 4r to the 8th. Okay. Give it a go. I hope you didn't start with FL. GCF, right? Always GCF first. Take out that 4. And now is that a FL? Yeah, absolutely. Remember, powers add, right? Powers add. So S4 will add to be S8, right? R4 will add to be R8. Powers add on that, so it is an FL. And it's an FL minus. Hey, but what if that was plus? What if the original question had been plus and we had plus right now? Done. No more. That'd be the answer. We'd be done. It'd just be a GCF and no more. Because plus FL cannot go further. But this is minus. So it will go further. So do the next step, and then you'll have 2 more after that. Because the 8 will become 4, and the 4 will become 2, and the 2 will become 1 for the minus parts of it, but not the plus. 8, 4, 2, 1. Half, half, half. Making sense here? So, 2 parentheses. S4 powers add to be 8. R4 powers add to be 8. 1 plus, 1 minus. Good so far? Now this plus 1, he's not going to go further. He'll just stay as he is. But the minus 1 will break down into S2, R2, R2. 1 plus, 1 minus. And now these 2 pluses will not go further, but they will be part of the final answer. And this last one will do another FL breakdown. So it'll become S minus R, S plus R, done. At this point, we're at first powers, we're done. So there's that. So the whole thing is the answer. There it is. It's about as bad as an FL is going to get. Right there. We good? Questions I can answer? Making sense? All right, we still got to go to the triple triples, and then we got another section to do, which is really just a review section. So, I guess we have a couple more double doubles. So 136 minus v squared. Should I? Well, let me let you copy down. Should I reorder that? Should I like switch because it's out of order? I mean, the power's wrong, but no. Remember, you guys never forget anything I say, right? I say a lot at you. I know. You do not reorder because you only reorder 3 termers. 3 termers. I mentioned it a while ago, but I know I say a lot of things. Reorder only 3 terms.
And even if you were to reorder, you wouldn't want the negative at the front.
Right, you wouldn't want the negative out. Leave 2 terms as they are. As they are with, right on, minus in the middle. Yeah, Exactly right. Yeah, if here's the reason why. Yeah, you guys, that's a good answer. You guys understand some pretty good stuff now. So like here, you would understand the reason why. If I reordered them, do you see what bad thing would happen? That minus would, that's his baby, it would need to go with him. So if I reordered them, it would be like that, and why is that bad? Because that's an FL with what in the middle? Plus, which means what? Can't do it. You see why we don't want to do that? See why I say you have to have minus in the middle? Because only FL with minus in the middle works. See why we don't reorder two-termers? If they got a minus in the middle, we leave it. So don't do that. So that's just all a don't do. Well, then what do? You just do the regular thing. It's totally fine. Just leave it as it is and do the regular thing. What do I mean regular thing? Two parentheses. It's just FL. What times what is 1/36? 1/6. Right? Remember when you multiply fractions, the two ones multiply on the top, the two sixes on the bottom. That'll be 1/36, right? And then last times last to be v squared. Well, that's just VV. How do you get negative v squared? 1 plus 1 minus, done. No reordering. Two-termers, we don't reorder. We only reorder three-termers. We're done with that one. Is that good? All these rules coming together? Okay. There's a lot in this section. So r cubed minus 64 r squared minus 9r plus 576. So four terms. Remember what we do with four? Well, first question is always, what's in common to all the terms? I think nothing. Nothing, right? There's no r. There's no r on the last one. There's no number, so nothing. So four terms, go on from there. Four terms, what do you always do? Four terms, remember that? We did it last week sometime? Yeah, in fact, 2-2, right? Do a 2-2 split. First two, last two, it's what you always do for four terms. So do just the first two. Take out what's in common for just the first two. What goes into just the first two? R squared gives r minus 64. Good to there.
Wouldn't it be like r in the inside parentheses r squared?
Well, good question. We could take out just an r, but that would, and the r squared would be here, but then you'd have to also have an r there. And we don't like that because then they'd have another r in common.
Oh.
You didn't get all the commonness out. Yeah. So what we do when we look at a couple of powers, we always take the lower. So r squared out like that. Good question. So now now remember when we're doing the 2-2 split for four terms, 2-2 split, remember that whatever we get in the first parenthesis, we should expect the same thing in the second parenthesis. Just write it down right away. It's always going to do that. Remember that? There's lots to remember right now. Remember, first two, last two, parentheses are going to match. Now, what do you think goes in the front here? How do you get minus 9r? Yeah, minus 9. Double check, is that right? Minus 9 times r, minus 9r, yeah. Minus 9 times minus 64, is that really positive 576? You can check it on your calculator, it is. It is indeed. So can I just stop right here to say, good, got it, done?
No.
Why do you know you can't stop?
Because you have an r squared left.
Well, it's especially because we have that minus sign outside of parentheses. You're never done when you're done factoring, look back. Look at the answers. See how the pluses and minuses are all contained in parentheses? Look back at any of our answers. See how these pluses and minuses, how they're always contained in parentheses? Right? I think of them like horses. They got to be corralled. You never want them loose. You never want pluses or minuses loose. So this means you're not done. You have another step. So looking at these two terms is like looking at r squared x minus 9x. What would you do if you had r squared x minus 9x? You would say, well, they both got an x. R squared minus 9, right? Wouldn't you? Isn't this like a big X and a big X? So it's the same thing. Instead of an X in the front, I'm going to put a parenthesis to r minus 64 in the front. Because they both got one. Remove it. What's left behind? R squared minus 9. Good to there. Remember all that? I'm going too quick because there's one more step. How do I even know to look for one more step?
So when we have R squared.
Because you have a higher power. But I'm not looking at this R. He's done. This is regular R. Don't even give him a thought. But R squared, he might go more. He might go again. Does he?
If it was a positive 9, then you could, right?
Right. If that good comment. If that was plus 9, I'd say done. Because that would be an FL plus then, and he cannot go further. But because he is a minus, I go, yep, one more. So bring down the R minus 64. Break this one into 2. R, 3, 3, 1 plus, 1 minus. Now we're done. There it is.
So why doesn't the R minus 64 go behind the R plus 3 and the R minus 2? Why does it go in the front?
Like put it back here, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you totally could.
Oh.
The order of the parentheses doesn't matter at all. Yeah, any order is fine.
Will you have something like that on the test?
Oh yeah, all the homework's fair game. Hey, why don't I make the R minus 6? Why don't I make that R plus 8 R minus 8?
Because the R is not squared.
Because it's not R squared. It's just regular R. Can't go RR, right? That'd be laughter. Sorry. Yeah.
Square to the parentheses, since you have 2 of them?
Good question. Yeah, can we do a 2 pair? Oh, you mean on the R minus 64?
Yes.
Good question. Okay. Let me answer it. That's a really good question. Back here, let me ask you guys. Everybody see the question? It's a good one. Why? There's 2 R minus 64s, right? So why am I not putting squared there? Okay, well, to answer it, let me go back to the X thinking. What would you do here again? What would you do if you had this? How would you factor this? What do they both have?
They both have
X, and then what does that leave? R squared minus 9. If I was to take that 1x, could that 1x distribute back? Yeah. Would it be right to put x squared? No. That would go back to be R squared x squared. 9x squared. See how when you have two things, that doesn't mean a 2 power there? Because you're taking what's in common, right? They both have it. It's in common to the front. That 1 in front could go back to 2. That's what this is. This 1 could go back there, and you'd be back here and here. So it's just 1. It's what we've done all along. It just looks messy when the big old parentheses and everything. But it's the same pattern as this, which we've done all along. You just take 1 out. That 1 could distribute back. Good? All makes sense? All right, I feel like I'm just dumping information in. Are you absorbing it all? I hope. Okay, so C plus G, quantity squared minus 4. Whew, the section keeps going and going and going. What are you supposed to do with that? That's a big fancy FL. Are you catching the pattern of the FL? Let me write if it helps, let me write the FL pattern this way. Suppose triangle squared minus box squared. You know, math is the science of patterns. It absolutely is. The trick with learning math, better and better as it goes higher and higher, is just learning to follow the pattern better and better and better. So what do I mean the pattern? Well, what's this FL with a minus? What's the FL pattern? Well, it's whatever you have here in the left, you put one of them in the left of each parenthesis. Whatever you have here in the right, you put one of them in the right of each parenthesis. And in the middle, to make negative box, you put 1 plus box, 1 minus box. That's the pattern, right? I know that seems overly simplification, but this is a hard one. Therefore, I want to really simplify the pattern and say, see how straight ahead it is? It's not more fancy than that. That's really all there is to the pattern. They try to confuse you by making the pieces of the puzzle big and parentheses and things like that. But if you're just crystal clear in your mind on the pattern, you'll be able to handle it when they try to make it fancy. This is the pattern. It doesn't matter if the first thing is a simple x squared minus y squared or whatever, or it's a big old parentheses c plus g. Whatever. It's something squared. So you do 2 parentheses. You say, look, this is 2c plus g's. If you want, you don't have to do this, but if it helps you, it's that, right? You all know it's that. It's 2 of them, right? So what do? What do we do with the triangle here? Put 1 in the left and the other in the other left. Put c plus g here plus c plus g there. Whoops. That's C plus G. Good so far? Isn't that what we always do? Whether it's a simple X or a big parentheses C plus G, whatever. Whatever is in the left, one left, one left. And then whatever's in the right, 4, that's what? 2 times 2. That's 2 2's. One right, and what do you put in the middle of the left and the right stuff? 1 plus, 1 minus. Positive 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Done. Do you see how that's the same thing? They're just making it fancier looking with the big old parentheses C plus G. Did I lose you? Is that okay? Let me do that one more time. So again, C plus G squared is 2C plus G's. And 4 is 2 2's. That's why I call it a double-double. I think that verbiage will help you, especially as we're about to shift to triple-triple. So that's what FL is. It's 2 identical whatevers and 2 identical whatevers. It's a double-double. That's what FL is. And so what do you do with the 2 whatevers? Well, the 2 that are on the left, you put them left, left. And the 2 that are on the right, you put them right, right of the parentheses. 1 plus, 1 minus, and you're done. That's always the pattern. No matter how big or small they make the pieces. That's the pattern. Okay. B squared plus 2BF plus F squared minus 9. Okay, yeah. Oh, no, I'm going to show you this one, yeah. Okay, what do we normally do? Well, first step, what's in common to all the terms? Nothing. All right, we look for it. Nothing. So what do we normally do for 4 terms? Group them. And how do we normally group them? 2, 2, right? Not going to work. Watch me try it and fail. Don't write this down. You need to group them 3, 1 on this one. Watch the 2, 2 fail. If I did the 2, 2 thing, it's just not going to work. Yeah. What's in common to these first 2? Well, B plus 2F. What's in common to these back 2? Nothing. Nothing. Well, you say, yeah, but you can do the FL. Okay, great. Do the FL. What's that going to get you? Nowhere. This and that have nothing in common. It's a dead-end street. The 2, 2 is not going to work on this one. Okay, so now we have to realize there's more to the story in factoring 4 terms than 2, 2. Sometimes it's 3, 1. Well, how are you going to recognize when on the test? It's when the first 3 go well together. What do I mean go well together? B squared, B, no B. They hang well together. Let them be together. So, for 4 terms, if the first 3 are, x squared x, no x, or b squared b, no b, whatever your letter is, if they are second power, first power, nothing, then 3, 1 split. Otherwise, if they're not, if the first 3 do not go well together, 2, 2 split, which is what we did on a few problems earlier today, right? We had 4 terms right back here. Let me go back. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, over there. It's only 2 problems back. I wasn't far. Yeah, right here. 2 problems back. See those first 3? Here's 4 terms. I did a 2, 2 split, didn't I? Why didn't I put these first 3 together? Because they don't go well together. They're not r squared, r, no r. Instead, they're r cubed, r to the second, r. Then forget it. Does that make sense? You simply look at those first 3. And you say, hey, first 3, are you r squared, r, and no r? And they're going, nope, 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 I'm not. Then do a 2, 2, which is what we did, and it worked fine. We got this match, which made it work, right? But for these 3, we say, are you b squared, b, and no b at all? Yeah. Don't worry about the f, just one letter at a time. Are you b squared, regular b, and no b? Yeah. Then those 3 want to stay together. Those 3 hang well together. Do those 3 and keep the -9 just off to the side for the moment. Okay, so when I say do those 3, what do I mean do those 3? What do you do for those 3? Well, you factor them. How do we factor 3 terms? FOIL. I'm saying do FOIL on these 3. Right? Front times front to be b squared, that's b and b. Last times last to be f squared, that's f and f. Like that. Now, how do they make the middle term, which is 2bf? It's just plus, it already is. You do the 2 inner, it's fb. Do the other ones, it's fb. That's 2fb. That is the middle. It's right. So let me just get rid of that. Are you good so far? right? These three become factored that way by FOIL. Now, what about the -9? Yeah, bring him down too. We're not done yet. We can't stop. We got a loose horse. You're never done when you got a horse running free that's not corralled, right? So you got to do something about that. Are we ready? Are we good to there so far? Now, what should I even try to do now?
Break it up and positive, negative, -3.
Yeah, do you see it's a big fancy FL? Let me help you visualize it. How you should be looking at this is you should be, the loose horses is the key, because those are the separators. The pluses and minuses outside of parentheses, that guy is the separator. You should look and go, this is all one term, no plus or minus outside of parentheses separating, and this is the second term. What do we do with two-termers? Only thing we ever do is FL for two-termers. That's an FL. That's a double-double. That's right. Isn't this something twice? And what's 9? 2 3s. That's a double-double. That's an FL. Same thing. FL double-double. And it's got a minus. So it's good. So do it. So what I mean, just two parentheses, right? Put one of the BFs in the left, one of the B plus Fs, and the other B plus F. Left, a 3 in the right. You guys with me? Right? Two BFs on the left means a BF on the left of each parenthesis. Is tracking with me? Right? Double. Two BFs on the left means I keep calling it BF. B plus F, B plus F, B plus F on the left of each parenthesis. And 9, which is 3, 3, right. Because that came from the right. And in the middle, 1 plus, 1 minus. Done. All the horses are corralled. Notice. We're done. All right. Did you track with all that? So that was a 3-1 FL instead of a 2-2 because the first three were B squared B, no B. They fit well together. All right. You guys look like you've had enough, but there's more to come. I'm sorry. It's been a lot of information. This is a big, thick section. Let's try it. So, all right. So 8r squared. That's bad writing already. 8r squared plus 16rp plus 8p squared. Minus 128h squared. Okay. So your job when you look at four terms like that is to ask yourself if the first three, actually I'm forgetting. What's the first job on every factored problem? And there's one this time. It's 8. Yeah, 8 goes into all those. So I almost skipped over it in my eagerness to do the 3-1 thing. Yeah, take out an 8. That'll help. That'll be a lot easier. Where's that one? Is it 32? No, it's 16, huh? Yeah. Thank you. 16, yeah. So first do the 8. Okay, now ask you. So now you're looking at four terms. In the parentheses are four terms. And so now we know they're not all 2 2s. Sometimes they're a 3-1 split. How do you know? Do the first three go well together?
No.
Are they? Remember, you only don't try to think about 2 letters at the same time. Remember, when there's 2 letters, just pick the front one and track him only. So only track R. Is it R squared? Is it regular R? Mm-hmm. Is it no R? Yes, sir. Go with the 3-1. Right? R squared, R, no R. Those three say we hang well together. Keep us together. Do a 3-1. So do those first three. If it bugs you, it kind of bugs me. Just leave the 8. Just bring the 8 down. He's going to be in the front in the end, but I don't really want to mess with him anymore. He's going to be in the front in the final answer, but just set him aside. It's going to be r plus p. Did you get that? That's okay to there? Can't stop there, got a loose horse. Do
Yeah.
one more step. Good to there, right? R plus p is r squared plus 2rp plus p squared. And now it's a double. What's the double on, let me help with that. What twice makes 16h squared? How's he a double? Give me it all. 4h. 4h makes 16h squared. So that is the double that makes the 16h squared. He's 4h. And this other guy is r plus p. So it's a double, isn't it? What do we do with double? 2 parentheses. Take the two r plus p's that are on the left, and they go on the left of each parenthesis. And take the 2 4h's that make the right item and put them on the right of each parenthesis. And in between the left and the right, to make negative 16, 1 plus, 1 minus, plus 4 minus 4. Done. All the horses contained. Is that making sense? Big fancy double thing. We're about to hit triples. Questions on this one before I go there? Yeah.
You know how there's like two of the same, it wouldn't be like RP and then like squared, like in parentheses and then square.
You mean like, can't we just make this squared?
Yeah.
You can. I mean, that's true. But I'm not done here, so there's no advantage in that. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't the last step. So we don't need to do that. Although that's true. It's not false in any way. But we have one more step to go anyway. So we don't bother and we just keep going. So v cubed plus 64. That's a triple because, obviously, v cubed is v. 64, you guys have your calculator? What times itself 3 times makes 64?
4.
Turns out 4. You can just guess around. You can just try, 3 times 3 times 3, and it'll come out too small. And 4 times 4 times 4, and okay, yeah, I got it, 64. Or there's a button, the cube root button. If you have the third root button on your calculator, that'll tell you what times itself 3 times is 64, and it'll tell you the 4 directly. So whatever you want, guess around, or just hit that, if you can find that cube root button. It's usually above one of the keys, but you can just guess. It won't take you a second to guess. So anyway, I want you to see that this one's a triple. Anybody had that at In-N-Out Burger? 3 patties? Probably not good for your health. I haven't had it either. All right, triple. So VVV 444. So what do we do with it? So we've been doing a bunch of doubles, right? It's an FL really, but it's a triple FL, not a double FL, right? It's bigger. So now remember what I said about, remember with the signs, FL double, only the minus works, plus can't be done. But FL plus or minus works for triple. Remember that? They both work for triple, plus or minus. Where for the double, only the minus works. So this will work. We can do this, but there's it's a totally different formula than it was for the 2. Here we go. I'm going to give you the formula. Remember, math is all about the pattern. How you doing? We got like 20 minutes left. You okay? Got a good pattern here for you. It's going to be a little parenthesis and a big. You might think it's 3 parentheses or something, but turns out it's a little parenthesis and a big. Little meaning 2 things in it, the big meaning 3 things in it. Here's the triple pattern. I'm going to give you the pattern. It's a little parenthesis and a big. And then you take, remember, the left stuff, the VVV that's on the left, is always going to end up going mostly to the left of each of the parentheses. So you take one of the V's and you put it in the left of the little parenthesis. And one of the 4's and you put it in the right, because that comes from the right. So you put one left, one right. Left stuff goes left, right stuff goes right. One left, one right. And now, these other two v's, which are on the left, from the beginning they've been on the left, go in the left. V is v squared, right? So one left, one right, two left. Guess where these two 4s are going to go? 4 times 4? 16. On the right. See what I'm doing? One left, one right, two left, two right. Now I got to do something in the middle. But are we seeing the pattern so far? It's always going to follow this pattern. Math is patterns. That's all it is. So one left, one right, two left, two right. And guess what goes? You might think, well, we're all done. Well, whatever. I'm just kind of giving you something to remember. In the middle goes one of each. 4 and V. One of each. A single V, a single 4. V4, 4V, whatever. Doesn't matter. Now there's no signs in there. They're kind of just floating without any pluses or minuses. Let me tell you what the signs are. You do what we call SOAP the signs. S-O-A-P. There's 3 places where we need signs. Right here, and right here. We need the pluses or minuses in those 3 spots. Yeah, if you've seen this before, SOAP stands for same. Same as what? Same as what you started with. So whatever sign you started with in the original question, in this case plus, you put the same as what you started with first. Guess what O stands for? Opposite of whatever you started with. So I started with plus, so this will be minus. And guess what AP, the last sign, the third sign, always positive. The last one's always positive, no matter what you started with. And there we are, we're done. That's the triple pattern. So again, one left, one right, one V left, one 4 right, 2 V's left, 2 4's right, and one of each in the middle. And then you soak the signs. Seem doable?
No.
It's impossible.
Yeah, I get that.
Questions I can answer on that? So r cubed plus 27. So give it a go. So little parenthesis and a big. Little parenthesis and a big. R cubed is RRR. 27 is 3 times 3 times 3. Right? So triple. So one left, one right. Am I going too quick? So one of these R's on the left, one of these 3's on the right. The left stuff goes left, the right stuff goes right. One left, one right. 2 left, R times R squared. 2 right, 3 times 3, 9. So one left, one right, 2 left, 2 right, and always one of each in the middle, 3R. So now we do the signs, and that's same, opposite, always positive. So what did we start with? Plus. Same as what we started with, opposite of what we started with, always positive at the back. There we go. If you foiled that all the way out, I'm not going to do it. It would go back. It would check. It's right. Questions on that? How many got that? How did we do? Okay, good. So you guys do like that. Okay, good. So they're going to ramp it up now, but it seems like you're ready. So 125 V cubed plus 1. Is that a triple? Yeah, it is. So write the 125 V cubed. You got to write it. No, you don't want to do this. Let me show you guys. You don't. If you use your calculator, anybody know what's 125? What 3 times is 125? It's 5. Yeah. You don't want to do this. So let me show you why. Here's the mistake that some people make. They go 555 VVV. Instead, that's close. I mean, it's not terribly wrong or anything. You want to go 5v, 5v, 5v. Why? What's the big difference? Well, then that's a thing 3 times. It's not 2 different things 3 times, right? You see the difference? You want it all together 3 times. So write it that way. It'll be easier for you to do the formula that way. So 5v, 5v, 5v. You know what I mean? And now what about the 1? What? Well, 1 times 1 times 1. He'll do anything. 1's a triple, a double, a quadruple. 1 will do anything we need. So it's 5v, 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 1, 1, 1. That's the way you want to write it. So now just crank out the formula. Little parenthesis in the big. 1 left, 1 right. 2 left, 2 right. 1 of each in the middle. So with the signs. Don't you think In-N-Out Burger should like give me a free burger every now and then? I feel like I'm advertising for them here. I should give them a call and say, you know, I'm constantly advertising.
Us in and out, if you're gonna talk about it.
Sorry, making you late for lunch, huh?
Yeah.
All right, 1 left, 1 right, 2 left. Now 2 left, 5v, 5v comes together. What's it gonna make? 25v squared. That's the 2 left. 2 right, 1 times 1 is just 1. And 1 of each in the middle. 1 times 5v. Well, that's just 5v. Get rid of the 1, huh? Good. 1 left, 1 right. 2 left, 2 right. 1 of each in the middle. Soap the signs. So that'd be S-O-A-P. Same as what we started with. Opposite. We've had plus every time, haven't we? Always positive. We'll get a minus 1 here in a minute. There we go. Is that good? So everybody see how we wrote them? Again, you want to write them 5v, 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 all together 3 times. Like the same identical thing 3 times. Triple, triple. All right. So we've got 2v to the 7th, it's a v, minus 54 v to the 4th. So try that one. What's first step on every factoring problem? Without exception, every factoring problem? GCF first. So what's in common to those two? So don't dive into triple, triple, double, double, and that stuff. First GCF, what's in common? 2 and v to the 4th. Right? Leaves v to the 3rd minus 27, doesn't it? Right, if you were to multiply that, boom and boom, it would go back, right? Now, the v cubed minus 27 is a triple, triple, huh? So leave the 2v to the 4th in the front, and then do the triple, triple thing. It's technically called a sum or difference of cubes. But I don't often use the math lingo. It's our first minus one.
No, there was 2 others before that.
Didn't I skip them, though?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're saying the same thing, I guess. Okay, so yeah, so the 2v to the 4th stays in the front. Little parenthesis and a big. It's VVV333, isn't it? Triple, triple. 1 left, 1 right, 2 left, 2 right, 3 times 3 is 9. 1 of each in the middle, 3v. And now we soap the signs. Same as what we started with, opposite, always positive. What did we start with? Minus. Same, opposite of that, plus, always positive at the back. There we go. So remember to do GCF first, right? Always GCF first. Is that good? Question?
Would we ever go further with the v squared?
Really good question. Yeah, because it looks like it's, like maybe 2 parentheses. It's higher power. I told you to look at higher power. Really good question. Answer, happily, is never further. That is the one, never more after the triple triple. That's the nice thing with the triple triple. It's kind of a little tricky formula, but yeah, it's a really good question because that looks like it might go further. Don't even waste your time. It never will, even though it looks almost like it will. If you try guessing around, the numbers just won't work. They never will. For the v squared. Really good question. So when you do triple triple, stop. You're done automatically every time when you do triple triple. You don't need to. That other bigger parenthesis looks like it might do more, but it never will. Good question. So we're done with that one.